Okay, so the campaign is on. What do you do now? First of all, you need to talk with your backers often and be as honest as possible. Reply to the comments, send updates often. I cannot stress this enough. The campaigns that do not send up updates end up pissing off most of their backers. Don't be cagey if something is not going as planned. I think it is in your best interest to be very transparent because it will bite you back in the ass later on otherwise. If you made a mistake, just admit it and offer solutions or ask for suggestions. That also works. And if it makes sense, set up a survey so the community can help you make the best possible decisions. Remember that your backers can help, so you can ask for support and give incentives for people to help you. Many of the backers want to see the project succeed. If you offer them incentives to help you, then, well, it will be a no-brainer for them to help you because I give you an example. Our previous game, Broken Tales, has been nominated in the list of candidates for most anticipated RPG of 2022, but people need to vote. Now, I can ask people to go and vote and hope that they do it, and most of them will do it. But if I also can offer them something in return, I think that gives them that extra energy to go there and do the thing, especially if it takes more than 5 minutes. In our case, for example, we promise that, okay, if we make it in a certain position in the chart, if we get into the top 10, then we will reward the community in some way. We will offer them something that we weren't planning to do, but if this happens, we will celebrate that way. I think that might push some people that are like, I don't want to do this, I need to make an account, it takes more than 2 minutes to actually do it. Contact other creators that have similar games. It's better if you have knowledge of their campaign or their game beforehand. You can organize some cross promotion, as I did with my guests. So you can be featured in their campaign, they can be featured in yours. It's better if you organize this beforehand because, of course, you need to make sure that the campaigns overlap somehow, so there can be some beneficial exchange of featuring. One good thing that I always found works is that you should endorse people without asking anything in exchange. Pick some projects that you really like and feature them. The worst that can happen is that you just featured, you spent one paragraph featuring somebody who doesn't do anything for you, but you think their project is cool and you want to see it succeed. Often they will realize that you featured them and then they might reach out, and if they cannot help you right away, they might become your allies for the future. So honestly, there's nothing you have to lose from this. Your success doesn't have to be their failure and vice versa. Like, if you help somebody succeed, it doesn't take anything away from you. Your media coverage is important. You need to keep reaching out during the campaign. Some outlets will become more interested in your campaign when they see it's already a success. So if you tried before the campaign and it didn't work, try again, because maybe now they will pay attention. Of course, you should share the coverage you receive in the updates, as we mentioned already. Keep reaching for more coverage. As I mentioned, they will start to notice. Also, be prepared, because a lot of people will try to contact you with offers, with publishing deals. This all happens during the campaign when you have a lot of things to take care of. So just make a list of the most interesting things and promise that you will get back to them when the campaign is over. This happened especially for us with publishing deals and other things. Of course, you should keep looking for avenues where to discuss your project. There might be an event while the campaign is on. There might be a possibility to have demos, online festivals, whatever works. Just keep your eyes peeled for opportunities to discuss your project and show it to people and make them try it if possible, so they can come in the campaign if there's time. Otherwise, you can say, hey, there's going to be a late pledge later. Maybe if you miss the campaign, you can still do that later. Okay, so now we've been only taking for granted that your project is successful. But what do you do if your campaign is in trouble? It's not over until it's over. And I've seen campaigns turning around in quite a spectacular way. But you need to keep some things in mind. So just keep an eye on the numbers and see if you can introduce a new tier or lower shipping expenses if you realize that that is the problem. You need to have enough feedback of people saying, hey, there's a problem with this specific offering. I don't like this bundle, doesn't make any sense, or the shipping expenses don't make any sense. If you figure this out during the campaign, it might be already late, but if you catch it early enough, there might be a way for you to turn around the situation. However, do not promise lower shipping expenses if you know that you cannot grant them, because at some point you will have to pay this money, and if the backers are not going to cover it, you are going to cover it. And you can get into deep financial troubles, especially if you have thousands of backers, that you charge, I don't know, $10 for shipping and the shipping costs you $30. That difference, you're gonna have to pay it, and there's no way to make it happen if your calculations are wrong, right? You can expect a small boost in the end. You can make projections of how the campaign will go with a couple of services. The best known ones are Kick Truck and Bigger Cake. Just Google them, you'll find them. They are fairly precise. You should do not believe their numbers at least until end of day 6. So basically the first week of the campaign. In the beginning, it will look like, oh, you're gonna make 3 millions, but it's not gonna happen. Every day they will update the projection, so you will see more and more what is realistic, what is a realistic number. It happened to me that in the end we did better than the projection. So it's not trustable up until the end, but it gives you an idea of where this could go, right? And when it comes to the boost, what can you expect? I think the best you can expect it's about a 20% increase. Do not expect that you're gonna double or things like that. Make the calculations. If you know that 20% is not gonna be enough for this campaign to be worthwhile, then you need to consider what to do. One thing you can look into is there any partnership at this point that you have enough time to activate and that can turn around this campaign. Now, probably if you're looking at it during the campaign, it's late, but there might be opportunities that you can activate in 3, 4, 5 days, 1 week, and might still give you enough boost to carry you over the internal goal line. However, make sure that you're counting things correctly, because especially if they're paid partnerships, you need to make sure that you are not that you are at least breaking even. If you're losing money on it, it's not worth doing. The last resort is that, of course, you can pull the plug of the campaign. Pulling the plug means that even if you pass your public goal, but the campaign is not going where you want, you can say, guys, we thought that this would move faster. Our internal goals were a bit more ambitious. We think we can do this better if we pull the plug now and come back in 3, 4, 5 months. You can then regroup. You gather feedback from the existing backers. One good thing would be here to have a surveys like, hey, what did you like about this campaign? What you didn't like? how could we improve it, etc. However, I have to say that this is risky because it will damage your brand, especially if you cross that public goal and you still pull the plug, because 99% of the backers do not understand this thing, that the public goal and the internal goal are different, and they have to be different for how Kickstarter in particular is working, but in general all crowdfunding platforms are working. They will not understand. They say, okay, but you got the money you asked for, so why you're pulling the plug now? You will have to be very honest about it and say, listen, we had this kind of public goal internally, our expenses amount to this, we thought that we would bridge that very quickly, it didn't happen, we don't think we can make the game we promised. And you can be honest about it, like, listen, the public goal is lower because that helps with the algorithm. Most of the people don't know about this, so you need to be honest there and say, listen, if you will give us your trust again, in a few months we'll come back with a better campaign, better product, better plan, and we think we can do it. So please stay tuned, and actually if you can offer us feedback, we'll take it. That's the best you can do, I think.